decentralized social media, Asian travel market, and transparent supply chains. That and more on today's episode.
Want to know what's next? For over 2 decades, we've led the world's most influential brands to create the right products at the right time for tomorrow's consumer. This is WGSN's Client Questions Answered.
Hello and welcome to the show where our experts from around the globe unpack your biggest challenges. I'm Carla Bazzashi, CEO at WGSN. Let's dive straight in. Our first question today comes from a client asking, how will the rise of decentralized social media affect brands over the next few years? Let's head to South Carolina to hear from Candice, who's our strategist for WGSN Insight. Over to her now.
DeSo, which is short for decentralized social media, is emerging as more consumers demand safer and more authentic digital spaces that align with their expectations around trust, transparency, and accountability online. While social media usage skyrocketed during the pandemic, digital trust is rapidly declining among the 9 major social platforms, from TikTok and Facebook to Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Now, to be clear, the strategy going forward is not about leaving platforms altogether, but applying healthy behaviors to ensure your content is not amplifying toxicity. Now, over the next few years, as more consumers integrate into DeSo communities, such as Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Spill, brands need to double down on their intentions and should begin experimenting now in these spaces or run the risk of falling behind. Brands should also look to adopt the infrastructure similar to social DAOs, which can help cultivate fan communities by offering new community-managed experiences.
Amazing, thank you, Candice. You can find out more about decentralized communities in our Insight Team's social media forecast for 2023. Our next question comes from a client asking, as China's travel restrictions continue to ease, what are the key things that we should keep in mind? For this, let's hear from Wendy, who's WGSN's trend forecaster and brand specialist in Hong Kong. Take it away, Wendy.
Thanks so much for having me back, Carla. And right off the bat, I just want to say that the Chinese consumer of 3 years ago is not the same type of profile that you see now. Even though the country was under lockdown for almost 3 years, they weren't stagnant at all. International and national brands took the opportunity to heavily innovate during this period of time. You see Prada launching weekend wet markets and museums in Shanghai, and Taobao launching its elderly mode, which helps senior citizens shop online by themselves and with ease. So that type of innovation that, places experience over purchasing, education over blind buying, and dedication to the detailed needs of both young and old consumers, that's what's going to attract Chinese consumers back. It's no longer just about the product, it's about the whole package. And it needs to be elevated in a way that they don't experience already in China now.
Brilliant, thank you, Wendy. And so, our final question for today comes from a client asking, how can I make my knitwear supply chain more transparent? Very good question. And I'm going to pass this one over to Charlotte Casey, who's WGSN's senior knitwear editor in London. Over to her now.
With more sustainability legislation created and consumers increasingly wanting to know about their garments' origins, it is more vital than ever to track all tiers of your supply chain. So how to do this? 1. Explore platforms like Retraced or Sedex, which use machine-readable data to digitize your supply chain. 2. Think about your source materials and track your fibers. Certification data alongside material volume can be tracked with blockchain technology by companies such as Textile Genesis. Fiber Trace can map the entire supply chain using a luminescent pigment embedded into the raw fiber, while other companies such as Helixer and Tailorlux use DNA tracing. 3. Be engaging. Include accessible and interactive data on your website. A great example of this is Sheep Included, who have enabled customers to access information via a tag on the clothing, and it even allows customers to name the sheep who provided the wool.
Brilliant, thank you, Charlotte. If you'd like more information on sustainable material developments, you can check out our Fashion Team series on textile sourcing guides. That's it for this week. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like answered, please pop them in the comments box for our team. I'm Carla Bazashi, and I'll see you next time.